Hello, it's Robert Smith. That was weird, wasn't it? My name obviously isn't Robert Smith, but for the purposes of this video, I want to demonstrate a point. So in this video, we're going to be talking about pseudonyms or pen names in your online business. So if you're concerned about your privacy, if you're worried that people are going to find out who you are or stalk you down at your local office or whatever it is, and you're thinking, I don't want to use my real name in my business, should I use my middle name, should I use a different name altogether, then this video is for you, okay? Even if that thought has crossed your mind, or if you're currently doing that in your online business, this is going to be a game changer for you, okay, in many ways. Not only now, currently, but also for the future as well. It's future proofing your online business to the point where nobody can shut you down for fraudulent activity and so on. So what I say usually to my clients who ask me, James, can I use a pen name? I'm not comfortable using my real name and so on, is there's many reasons why it's a bad idea. So just to give you the short answer, is do not use a pen name. Okay, if you're short on time, don't use a pen name. But if you want to find out the reasons why, this is why. And this is some behind the scenes stuff that you're going to learn now as well. So the first reason is because when you're using a pen name with official accounts, like a Facebook advertising account, where your name on your account needs to match your bank account, it needs to match all of your financial records, it needs to match your business, it needs to match your payment method, the name on your payment method. If it doesn't match, Facebook will flag your account as being possibly fraudulent, okay? And what happens is they send you a document or like a big form to fill in to provide your passport details and proof of address and everything else, and that sometimes doesn't get answered. You fill everything in and they stop you from accessing your account, they pause all of your ads and don't let you advertise with them anymore. Sometimes that can turn into a ban situation, okay? So they ban you because they see you as a high-risk newbie who doesn't need to be on their advertising system anymore, because let's face it, they have plenty of other advertisers who are paying them $100,000 a month or even $100,000 a day. Why would they need your like $100 a month or $100 a week or whatever it is that you're spending with them? They don't need that hassle. They don't want to be in trouble with the feds or the government or the police or whatever it is, right? So it's really important that your actual name is on any official accounts like that are going to match up with payment details, okay? They need to match together, otherwise your account will get flagged for fraudulent activity, okay? Or suspicious activity is what they sometimes call it. Another thing as well is it can get a bit weird if you're talking using somebody else's name, and sometimes you can trip up. Let's say if you are showing proof screenshots in my business, for example, and I log into my PayPal account and it says James Francis at the top, and I was speaking to you as, Robert Smith or whatever made up name I used, then people would have that natural question of, this isn't your account, this is somebody else's account, because obviously they don't know it's a pseudonym or a pen name, right? So there's that mismatch. And especially if you're replying from certain emails and you may mismatch the names and it gets confusing and complicated and a bit weird, like people think, hey, wasn't your name this and now it's this? You're lying to me. And that's my third point here, is that I see it as unethical. I see it as though you're lying to people about your identity. And the way I see it is, if you are doing business in an ethical way, you're trying to help people with the best intentions, why would you not want that to be recognized under your own name? Okay? If you are doing unethical things, if you're doing illegal things or fraudulent things, that's when I see it as being logical to use a pseudonym or a pen name, okay? But personally, I don't like to do those things. I would much prefer to be honest with people. It means that ultimately your success is well earned and you can sleep at night. God forbid, like, it's so much easier to live when you are just being honest with people. You don't need to constantly think about things like whenever you mention your name, you could trip up and say, hey, it's James, I mean Robert, See what I mean? It's just difficult and awkward. So personally, I find that it's so much easier to use your real name. In my 11+ years of doing this stuff, I've never, ever had any risk to my security, any risk to my privacy. Nobody's ever turned up at my house or something like that. Nobody's ever, even sent me a letter to my house, even though it's at the bottom of my emails or whatever, or using my full name. Nobody's ever gone to that extent because people just don't do that, right? Yes, it happens in very rare cases that make the news, but that's what makes the news, that 1 in a billion chance, right? So don't ever worry about that stuff, Obviously I can't say legally like that's never gonna happen, but in my experience, I don't know of any single person I've ever worked with using their real name who's ever had that issue. And personally, I think that's a very, very minor thing, and you may be overthinking that because it's not really something that happens in everyday life. So hopefully this makes sense, and hopefully gives you those 3 things, which, the three big reasons why it's not really a good idea to use a pseudonym or a pen name. Definitely stick to your own name. Definitely don't try and lie to people about who you are. Just be yourself and shine that through, okay, in everything that you do. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it valuable. And if you are using a pen name right now, I strongly suggest changing everything over to your real name before people start to catch up with you, like the Facebook ads advertising area, and maybe Google AdWords or whatever traffic network you're using. They all have similar policies as well. So definitely get that done, and also change your blog's content as well. And if you feel like it's weird just suddenly changing everything, you could record a quick video just being honest with people and having it as a coming out video. Not in that way, or maybe that way, but you would say like, hey, this is my actual name. I was concerned about my privacy. Now it's cool. I want to be honest with you guys, as honest as possible, and this is my real name, which I'm going to be using from now on. And people appreciate that honesty, and it also creates curiosity because it creates drama in your business, which is usually a good thing for attracting those eyeballs, and then you can always segue or transition into a different offer of some kind while those eyeballs are glued to that video or something. Okay, so hopefully this has helped you. Hopefully you found it valuable. If you have, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Like the video, it really helps us to grow as a channel and to reach more people around the world. And also leave a comment as well if you want to see something different in the future, and if you enjoyed this video too. All right, so speak to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.